Hello, my name is Lisa. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be working with book pages and some scrapbook paper to make some fun folded pockets that you can either put into a signature or tuck into somewhere or send as happy mail. So stay tuned if you want to see a couple versions of how to make these. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make these quick, easy folded pockets that you can, like I said, either put in as a signature or stand alone, stick on a page, or send as a happy mail. Quite a lot of different ways to use it. So what I've used are these longer sheets of book page. They're longer than taller. They ended up actually being almost 16 inches long by what, 6 tall? Yeah, about 6 tall. So definitely long and skinny. Where I got them from, the two versions I have are from these Reader Digest books. I have butterflies and wildflowers. And I actually do have these on my Etsy page. If you'd like to purchase some to make your own, I've got tons to spare, as they say. So we're going to start with these. I will link the pages in the description. So, all right, so simple, easy, just a couple folds, and they will be ready to go. So we're going to start with, like I said, these tall, thin versions. I'm going to do the flower one first. What you want to decide, though, is what you want to see mostly on the front in there, because they're going to get folded. The first fold is going to get folded in, so you're going to see two sides, so you can do it either direction. This one I have the pocket that I folded that way on this side, and this one I have it on that side. So depending on which one you want to see and how you want to see it, you want to decide which picture do I want to see on the outside. And I think I want to see this one on the outside. So okay, so once you decided which one is going to be the tall pocket that has a tag in there, all you have to do is fold it to just shy of the natural fold in the book. Simple, right? Now, I have folded, and I do have a little notch there so that I can see that there's a spot to put something. Now you can put it on either side. I decided to put it on the outside, or this side of the page versus the other one. So we are going to decide that I want it on this side, and we're just going to put a little notch. Now, if you do want to ink, which you absolutely do not have to, you can do that now because the page is open. I'm going to do both sides because both sides are seen. If you put it in as a signature, or if you put it in as just a tuck into a page or send it off, you will see both sides. So, all right, I'll glue that later. All right, so this side is a little different. We are going to start by folding it in to there. Give a nice crisp fold on there. Now what you want to do is you want to cut it down that score about halfway down, give or take a little bit. I usually go just shy of about halfway down. Now if you wanted to use like a straight edge and a knife, you could get your trimmer out. I find the scissors are just good enough. So what you're going to do then is your outside page is you are going to fold it down so it meets the bottom. And this is why I said it's a little less than half. There's half. I probably could have done a little less than half. You just need to kind of release the crack and release the page so it can fold. Okay, I'm going to do our best to make that straight. Okay, so that is like that. Now what you want to do is flip it over and fold it back onto itself to create a side tuck. Now this is where choices can come into play. So what you can do is you can flip it if you want and have the side tuck on the inside and that wrapping around, or depending on what it looks like, you can have it go this way with the side tuck in their way. Now I like that one because I like the floral there, so we're going to go with that. So I'm going to just throw a little quick ink on here. You get the point. All right, so all right, for this easy one, we're going to go ahead and glue it. Glue on the flap. Don't glue here because you are, if you recall, just inside the inside it, so you don't want it to, you don't want to over glue into a part that doesn't need to be glued. So I find it easier just to glue the flap, because then you know it's going to be in the right spot. A little glue leakage, no big deal. All right, so that side's done. Now this one, I'm going to do the outside first. We are just going to glue the bottom of the triangle for this, so that it becomes a nice little tuck spot. And then for this side, this is where you can have a little bit of a choice. I'll show you what I did on mine. All right, for this one that I put a pocket in here, I kept it straight as a little side tuck. Now this one, I kept it, I folded it into itself just to reveal a little bit more of that flower, and plus this back, it's hard to see. It was just plain white there. There was nothing to see, so I thought it was a little more interesting that if I wanted to put something in there, it had a little side thing. So for this one, I think I'm going to tuck it a little bit just because there's a flower there. And we're going to throw a little glue on here just to keep that flap behaving. All right, so now if you wanted to, you could keep it open. If you wanted to make it some sort of journaling or something like that, I would probably glue that down inside there. To make it just a regular tuck, all you need to do is glue across the bottom there. And there you have it. So let me get my pin back in here before I got a dried old mess going on here. No one likes that. Okay, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now I had a couple, the index cards, I have some blank ones here that you can get from the Dollar Tree. That's what size this was originally, right? It's a little bigger. No, it's a size. Okay. They fit nice in there. They fit in there. And they fit in there. So those are a great size. This is a little bit bigger. The card that I have for it in there is approximately 3 inches by 6, I believe. Yeah, 3 by 6. So this is a great, we're having those 6 by 6 papers. I did quite a few of those tags in my videos out there. But take a 6 by 6 piece of paper and cut it in half, and you've got a whole bunch of 3 by 6 tags to fit in here, which is a perfect size for that. It fits in there great. Sticks out just a little bit, which is awesome. Did a little quick tag. That's if you saw that video from before, I got that on Happy Mal. Very cute little butterfly. It seemed to fit perfectly in this little scenario, so I like him. Her, not sure. We'll put her back in the right spot. You are in this one. You are in this completed butterfly one. So, and then this was, like I said, one of the index cards that I had. Another one of my little Happy Mail ladybugs. I thought was great with the flowers. I added that. My stamps that I made recently on the printed stamp with stamps and then printed the labels around it. I thought that was great. The way this ended up coming out, it had pre-printed love on there. I thought it was perfect. Didn't need to add anything to that. I thought that was a great little touch. Some of my little washi tape. This is a black version that I've made a little bit of. I can't seem to track down my brown version. If you've seen my handmade washi tapes before. I've lost my whole brown. I can't find it. I'm gonna have to make some more, I think. This was just a simple, was it 4x3? 3.5. About 4x3.5. I made some journaling cards from papers, neutral papers, and some advertisements. So this fit in here really well in the side tuck. Threw a little flower on there, another one of those stamped labels there. Same kind of thing where I had done it printed and digital, have a stamp label there. Easy, cute, huh? All right, so there is that one. I have two wildflower ones now, easy. So let's, just for sake of getting it done, let's make a quick little butterfly one too. We make sure we got this down pat. So, I really like him on the outside. And I think he's gonna be better folded. So we're gonna start with this one on the outside. We're gonna fold that to almost the center. And we'll go ahead and put the crunch hole right there. I'm not gonna ink this one for now. We're gonna go ahead and fold that one in. And we're going to cut down, not quite to the center. And we'll do that fold down to the bottom, trying to get as even as possible. Okay. And then we'll fold that in. The only reason I fold it in that way is because it's been pre-folded for the halfway that we did it. It makes it a little easier to figure out where the fold needs to go. All right, so that butterfly is kind of upside down. So let's see how this one goes. Oh, this one is just words. All right, so we don't want to do that. So we're gonna go with the sort of upside down butterfly. Okay. All right, glue. All right, so for this side, I think I'm gonna do an angle. Kind of highlight that butterfly. All right, so glue the flap down so it doesn't cause problems. Glue the bottom down. Try to get it as straight as we can. And then we'll glue the bottom of this one. Now I see it's a little bit off right now, which I'm not too worried about on the bottom, because I can always come back with my slicer and cut the bottom off if I need to, but it seems to have straightened itself out. Okay, and then for this one, oh, I'm torn now. No, I definitely like them. Okay, so it's a shame on these two-sided papers how sometimes you have to make a choice on what to do. But okay. All right, so like I said, if you want to ink it, you can. If you don't, this one's not inked at all. But we have a nice little fold out. We have, I'll use this. We've got a place here to put journal card tag. We got a place here to put a journal card tag. We got a place here to put a journal card tag. Cute. All right, so there is that. Now I wanted to show you that you can do this same thing with not book pages if you have scrapbook paper. So, seem to have a butterfly theme going on here, so why not continue with that? All right, so I've picked a 12 by 12 paper that is really thin. No thickness at all, because we don't want to, we want it to not be too thick to fold. Because by the time you fold it onto itself, to make it, this is now 12 by 6, it's about the size, this was I think what, 13 by 7-ish, so it's almost the same size. So if you fold it onto itself, then that's a little bit better. All right, so you can cut it, if you have a thicker piece, you could cut it in half if you wanted to. I'm going to stick with 2 layers of it. So, so we're going to fold it in one direction and then fold in the other direction, just so we kind of mimic that this was a book. So we're going to pretend that that was a book page and that's the center. All right, I'm going to throw a little bit of glue in here just to keep the layers together. I'm going to close up my other glue here. Probably too late. Oh, we're good. All right, so I'm going to just to keep it a little together as it gets folded. It doesn't like to slide onto each other. Nothing too fancy. Just enough to keep them happily together. Okay, not too bad. A little off over there, but in the end, a little inking on the edge, and we won't even know that there was some white, right? There we go. Yeah. No need to wait. Okay. All right. So again, we're going to figure out where our front's going to be. Now, it's pretty obvious that this is going to be the front because being I picked a scrapbook that's got prints on there, things became upside down. So if you find something that's an all-over print that doesn't have a direction, that would probably work also. So, so we're going to take this first half of the book page, find the center, and we're going to just do it shy of the center, just like the book page. Work it into a fold. I'm going to snip it just like I normally would. Okay, and just for giggles, we'll go ahead and glue this side in. Let's not flop it around while we're working on the other side. Okay, all right, so we got the first place to put a little pocket. Now this is a little bit smaller. You'll have to measure how big of a tag will fit. This was about 2.5 inches, and that fit in there without a problem. So instead of the 3 inches that this one can take, it's just a little smaller. But most people have some 12 by 12 scrapbook paper they have laying around. Not everyone's got the long pages like this. Okay, so for the second one, we're gonna do, on this other side, we're gonna do like we did before, fold it in to halfway. And then we're gonna cut it down about halfway, just like all the other ones. Okay, and then we're gonna fold it into itself. Okay, there we go. Okay, fold it back. All right, so figure out which side I want to have as a fold over. That was kind of boring. So I think we are going to keep it like this because that at least has a little bit more interest on it. Okay, we'll take our little flap and glue that down. Now this ends up being just a tad thicker than the book page, so we got to make sure that the edges are nice and crispy, bone folded. Okay, now the other difference between this and that is when you do these longer ones, the side is a bit taller. This one ends up being more of a full-on pocket. So you have a couple choices you can do with this. Now, I do have an example of I did one already. Forgot that I did. So I have this one already, where I have the tall skinny tag already in there. And then we have the side tuck in there that I've done. All right, so for this one, as you can see, I did fold it. The behind here was just a simple same stripe there. So I thought that was a nice accent for this. You can keep it straight if you want to make it just a straight pocket. You could glue two sides, make another pocket there. Or you can, like this one, where I have it only glued at the bottom, you can make it a side tuck, just like the other one. So this one, I think I'm gonna throw a side tuck in. Okay. All right, so we'll throw a little side tuck, throw a little glue, make sure my flap cooperates, and I think I just will glue the bottom. Now I could glue, since this is a full size, I could glue the bottom and the side. I think it just gives a little bit of ease room, especially if you decide you want to sew it into a signature where it's going to be a little bit more compact in there, how much room you got. So it just seems a little easier to glue just the bottom. So, all right, so now we have this one tag there. Be able to stick a tag there, cute little tag there. I like this one. I like that clock in the front. That's fun. Yeah, I like that one a lot. You can hardly tell that these are upside down because it was kind of a random scatter of items. So yeah, I really like that one. This one came out cute. Okay. All right, well there is two versions on how to do some folds with book pages and scrapbook paper. And I'm gonna get my pin in here. Oops, I put that glue upside down. All right, so that was, like I said, one version of folding some papers, book pages. So let me get these out of the way. And I do have a second version of some book pages that I folded with a little bit bigger papers. So here's this one decorated. And let me grab a... All right, so this one has two slanted folds on the inside, here and here. And it just is simple on the outside. You can decorate. You can also put a little notch in these, which I didn't do, and make them to be a bigger index card. Well, or you can put bigger items in there. Now if you fold it, if you sew it into a signature, then you don't have to worry about it being open in the center. You could just fill it up. But if you were going to just like include it on a page and you want to, I would say we're going to throw a little glue in the center there. But for now, we're not going to attempt to do that. So let's start with the folds. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. All right, and this is, yeah, that's my, I do have, I'm going to show you a scrapbook page version too, but we're going to start with the larger book page version of this. So, I have chosen birds for this. Let's specifically I have penguins on this one. I thought they were cute. All right, so what you need to decide on when you have larger book pages like this, this one ended up being, was it 18? Yeah, 18 by, was it 11? Yeah, 18 by 11. So you want to decide which picture or which item you want on the front. So it's going to end up like this. And I made it kind of easy for mine because the inside of this one is really kind of ugly. So if you think about the 4 quadrants, this is going to be what ends up on front. So if you've got something with fun pictures, say this was a fun picture and you wanted that, you want to make sure that that is going to be the front. But that is not a fun picture. That is an inside picture. Okay. So we've decided that that is going to be the front picture. So we're going to take and we're going to fold the fun picture on top, doing our best to evenly fold it in half. And not too bad. Oops. Come on. A little harder when they're longer like this because you can't put your hand on all the sides as it's folding. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to flip it over so that the good side is on the bottom, and we are going to fold it in, kind of like the other one. We're going to fold it in just off the center. And again, we want to leave the center open for future installing into as a signature. And we want to try to keep it as lined up as possible. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this is where we start getting a little bit different. So first thing we want to do is take, you can start with either side, left or right. I'm start with the side. You're going to fold it down. I like to fold it down almost to the end. Get that out of the way. And then we're going to fold the second layer down, leaving about the same amount as we, oops, on the bottom to the side, just to have it a little bit different. So I'm going to do the same with this one. And we're going to try to make sure that these are even. If you're so inclined to, you know, make it look even. If you don't care, then just willy-nilly go ahead and fold them. All right, so we're going to open this up just to make it a little easier to fold it back. So, all right, so for this one, we are going to fold it back into itself to make a pocket. And this one, so this is where you need to make a decision. So you can either, I guess I could have kept it like this. You can either fold it back into itself and leave the words there if there's some fun pictures, or you could leave it on the inside just to have some more color there. So I think I'm going to leave it that way. Now, the reason that I said have it open is once we've decided we're going to want our flaps to go this way, this is when we're going to want to glue them down again to make sure they don't cause any trouble. So we're just going to glue that down and glue that down. Really is just kind of make sure when stuff comes in and out, it doesn't get caught. So, all right, so there it is folded. Now, again, this side. Now, if you wanted to keep it down, you could. If there was some pretty picture here, you could leave it like that. You could tuck something in there. But obviously, this back side of this is bad. This is not great either, but I'd rather have it tucked in to have it tuck than out. And then this one, if we can do it going that way, we just got double words, or we could leave it this way, where we have a little bit of color, and I do like that because it kind of mirrors that corner there. So, all right, we're gonna reopen this back up again, and we're gonna get rid of the troublemaker pockets and make sure they're folded in. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So now all you have to do after this point is glue the bottom flap down. Now if you want to glue these together so that they don't come apart, you can do that also. I don't mind that they're not glued together and that they kind of become more of a tuck spot, so I am not going to bother gluing that up the side, but definitely can do that. Alright, so make sure it's all flattened out now that I have it facing the right way. Get the glue in there. Okay, and we'll do the same with this side. Just glue the flap down. Make sure it's nice and folded good. Okay. Now, there we go. So, we have a fun little page there. Now, if you were so inclined and did not like how this looked, before it all gets glued down, you could go and take and add some scrapbook paper there, or I'm just gonna randomly grab some paper here because of course I don't have any randomly paper to grab. There we go. You could go ahead and glue some paper in there to cover that up if you don't want to see something upside down, or when it comes time to decorate something, you could throw a label in there and cover it up, which I just might do. All right, we are gonna take a little side route here, and we are gonna add this label as soon as I get it cut a little better. I rough cut these labels when I put them in my box, because in case I never use them, why have them cut a little bit or cut all the way. Get rid of that white real quick. Just close that glue and I need it back. Of course I do. Alright, I think we'll have it go this way. And that one I don't mind because it's kind of like almost a label as it is anyway, so we're not going to worry about that little chickie, but that'll be fine there. And I said if I want to decorate something there, I can. If we wanted to put a hole in there to show that there's a pocket, we can do that. A little bit more. Should have put the hole in there before I folded it up, but and we'll throw a little hole in this side. Okay. And again, inking. If you're so inclined to do that, you can go ahead and ink. If you don't want to ink, then that'll work too. But like I said, here's pocket there, pocket there, pocket there, and then again, you want to have big pockets on that side and big pocket on that side. So fun. nice huge thing to stick inside a signature. I would probably go ahead and throw a little washi tape on there maybe, just to add a little stability if I was going to actually sew it into a signature. They're pretty strong, but there are sort of the pre-hold already from the strings being in the book. So that would probably be something else to do. This one I put the holes on the inside. This one outside. So different ways to do that. All right, so let me show you the last version of this, which is going to be using a scrapbook paper to do the same thing. All right, so okay, for our second version of this, we are going to use scrapbook paper. This is my prototype that I did. What you want to do is choose thin scrapbook paper. Thinner the better. We're going to try, I think I'm going to try to find an all over print this time, just because I want to make sure it gets folded the right direction. That's kind of fun. All right, let's take that. Okay. Kind of does coordinate with that a little bit, so that'll be fun. All right, so you're going to start with, like I said, thin scrapbook paper. We're just going to fold it in half so that it now, if you had thicker stuff, you could cut it in half and just use a 6x12. But since this is thinner, oh no, I can't. No, sorry, I can't cut this in half because I got 2 layers. Duh. Okay. So we're folding it in half, just like a the book page would be. Okay, and then we're going to fold it in half the opposite direction, so that we know where the center of the book would have been if this was a book page. Okay. Now, like I said, with the this one, if you have something with a focal point, you want to make sure that you choose that your focal point is going to be right here. But this is nothing. These flowers seem to be the right way, so we're going to pretend that that's the focal point. Okay, so you're going to put your focal point down, and you're going to fold your book page in. Now I've just confused myself. Yeah, that's right. You're gonna fold. I just confused myself. Okay, fold both sides of the book pages in. I think I confused myself because there was no print on here, and I wasn't sure which direction I was going. Okay. All right. So again, we're gonna you fold it in half. Fold it in half. Fold it in half. So that you have what you want, the front of the cover being right there. Okay, so on these, because they are a little bit smaller, we are just going to fold the corners down this way, and then fold it down the second one. Now for this, similar to that first version, we are going to fold the inside page in, but this one I'm definitely going to fold that way. I folded that too far down. Pull that a little less down. There we go. We are definitely going to fold it in so that we don't completely see all the whites. Now, if you wanted to see the white for whatever page it was, you definitely could do that. Makes a little bit of a statement there. Could probably go through and, if you wanted to, get this over here and ink that a little bit. Yeah, I think I might keep it that way. Just go down here a little bit. I like it. Kind of looks like a solid. Okay. This is how you adapt and change, right? Okay. So for the first one, we are going to fold it down. And then the second one, We're going to fold it down, leaving enough of a difference, a border. Okay, so this first layer we're going to go and fold in, and the second layer we're going to go ahead and fold back. But we're going to go and ink this. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Who knew? Okay, so since this is a white sheet of paper, I'm going to make sure that this inside lane is covered. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. With ink, just, yeah. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make sure these folds get folded down so they cooperate. Okay, so all right, so now to glue them down, we can do it again several ways. We can go ahead and glue all these pockets down so that they are just straight straight pockets, or we can leave them open and just glue the bottom so that they are more of a side tuck. For this one, I did end up gluing them all down. I thought it was a fine look for it. Can definitely sew it in to a journal still, and definitely still have room to go ahead and tuck some tags in there. Plenty of room for tags. So I think I'm probably going to do the same on this one. Yeah. All right. So let us tuck away. Okay, we're going to start with the two inside ones here. Glue those two layers together, and then we'll go ahead and glue the whole flap down. Making sure it's all nice and neat. All edges are nice and tight. Okay, two layers together, and now let's just glue the final flap down. Whoops, off the board. Glue gone crazy. All right, trying to keep the bottom as straight as possible. Oh, Lisa, you pushed too hard. There we go. All right. All right, looks like I need a little inking at the top here. Now, if this is too far off, I could probably end up slicing it off just to make it even. So if you wanted to do the little, you could probably do the little knobs and well, let's try that since I'm kind of doing that already. Probably should have done this before I glued, but you know. Why make it easy? Okay, so let's cut a little circle on the inside. There we go. You can do that if you want to. That works, huh? I like it. Who knew? Crafting on the fly. Make changes as you go. Put your glasses on to put the pin in the glue. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I like it. So for these I have lost my big birds. They're there. All right, so we've got big birds out of book pages with some side tucks. Nice, easy folds for those. And then we've got the ones out of 12 by 12 scrapbook papers. This looks really pretty. Very pretty. I like that. Maybe we should decorate that one. That one's fun. Let's throw some decoration on that. All right. So that would be pretty. And let's see, we've got some labels. I got some fun labels in my Happy Mail. Ooh, I think I like that. All right, let's add that, and that's fun. Don't think I need something so big. That could be fun. Lobsters. Seems like I should have something underneath it. Maybe a bit of a book page. Okay. All right. No plans here, just winging it. What I think I need to do is also, I need to do a what's in my book. And kind of like the what's in my box, but since I have that book, do a what's in my book and finish some stuff up, because I am definitely making a lot of stuff that I have not decorated. Kind of like this would have gone in there. Put a little label, little label. Okay. It's coming together. how cute. I like it. Get on there. These two did come, both came from the Happy Mail. Used quite a few things already. I've only had the box for a couple hours. Yeah, I like that. I think I'll put a little more ink on the edge. Just to define it just a tad more. Yeah, I like the colors on that. That's fun. But you can be this glue. Move that away from the center a little bit, since that could be, that center could be the spine. Yeah, okay. So now on this side I had those flowers I liked. Just gonna throw a little on the edge. I really should have grabbed my not so brittle book pages. But that is the first one I saw, and this is what happens when you don't plan on using them, and then all of a sudden you decide to use them. Okay. Those little points get down. All right, and this one, oh, I think one of my stamp tags is going to work well with this. You have a little butterfly on you. Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay. Throw a little. Throw a little color around you. Oh, silly Lisa. Oh, silly Lisa. Tricks are for kids. Gotta put the tag down first. All right, there we go. Yeah, cute. All right. And one last little mini label for that one. I think I like that one. I like the length of it. Oh, those are one of the ones I made, the mini Tim Holtz ones. Always surprises me sometimes. Flip it over to glue it and see that brown paper, and I'm like, oh, that's mine. Not mine, mine. White, not mine. Brown, mine. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, not too shabby for Let's Decorate decision made at the 12th hour. What's that called? The last minute? The 12th hour? Yeah, not too bad. Okay, all right, well, I'm definitely saying that this is the end of this video, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some inspiration on doing some things. Again, if you want to get some of these same kind of book pages, I do have them up in my Etsy store. I will link the 2 longer Reader's Digest ones and the bird one for you. Like I said, also, everybody's got some 12 by 12 scrapbook paper to make these, which makes it so much easier for things like that. So take a look around, see what papers you got to make some pockets. Make some cute pockets. Or, of course, we got this version. Yeah, with tags. So, fun times. All right, thanks so much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see more videos, and hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks again for stopping by, and as usual, have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.